Okay. Like the clap.
I know. I'm nervous about what he's doing there.
So here we are with Michelle Strahan, not Han, no D.
Correct.
Well,
yes.
Not, so then people say Strahan?
Yes. And it's like
Strahan?
Yes. Like,
we gotta make a bad joke every time for Jared. So go ahead. And you came all the way from Odessa.
I did.
Just to talk to me, which is like, it is far. It's like further than Midland, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I went through Midland to get here.
Oh my gosh, you're crazy.
It's just easier.
Thank you. We love you. Thank you for coming. So we were just talking. If you guys haven't found it or looked at it or listened to it, the Invisibilia podcast on Apple, wherever podcasts are, is so good. And there's one that they just released. It's like the first episode of this season, and it's called The Fifth Vital Sign.
Yes.
And Michelle is a nurse, an RN. Are you BSN or just RN?
Not yet. Okay. In the process.
Okay, awesome. So I didn't want to mistitle you, because I know you work hard for that.
We will correct you.
Oh, we will correct you, don't worry. So she's in the medical field, and that podcast talks a lot about medicine and about pain and how that affects the medical world. And I took a lot away from it for macroholics.
Yes.
And I'm working on a blog post, and I'll put the link in the do. But anyway, so I wanted to know, Jared's laughing at me, and it's just rude because it is a diddly do, and whatever you say is wrong. So I want to know your thoughts on that and kind of where you felt like it applied medically and personally and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as a medical professional, pain is a good vital sign. It is necessary, but it's subjective.
Right.
It's not objective.
Right.
And
do you feel like pain is a good indication of your symptoms? Like, if someone's experiencing pain, does that mean that something's wrong?
As a medical professional, yes.
Okay.
As a macroholic, no. As a personal part, yes and no. That's where you toggle between that, because, but because you have pain does not mean that it needs to be fixed.
Right.
Because you have pain, you can change something or do something different in a way. It doesn't have to A, have a medication, or B, be fixed with anything.
Right. Like you were talking about, Michelle works with pregnancy, with pregnant women, some high-risk pregnancies, neonatal kind of stuff. And so she was talking about how, some pregnant patients will complain with, lower back pain. And although that is a symptom of pregnancy, it's not necessarily a problem.
Right. It doesn't need to be fixed. It doesn't need to be addressed.
Right.
It doesn't need to...
It's not going to harm you or the baby.
No.
And I think that's something that I was talking a lot about to my sister, about labor pain, because that is one of the hardest things that, as when I worked in the doula field, that I had to tell people over and over again, it's not dangerous.
Right.
This pain is not, you're not going to die. It's literally beneficial. You know what I mean? This is a good thing.
Right. I mean, the progression of pain through labor is a sign that birth is coming.
Exactly. And that your body is working towards that, goal. And that pain releases hormones that are important for milk production and important for bonding with baby and things like that. That pain is important. Right. And I think our society moves so much towards the fear of pain or the dismissal of pain or the elimination of pain. And I think that plays so heavily into weight loss. Yes. Because I feel like people are no, this is uncomfortable, and I'm not supposed to be uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So I think that as a nurse, you probably see that in so many different ways. Personally, professionally, that kind of I don't know if fear is the word or just the escaping from pain. And so I wanted to know kind of what you took away from that podcast as far as do you think people, need more tough love? Do you think it's an education thing? What do you think is the biggest thing that you can do, for your friends and family to help encourage people to kind of sit with that discomfort?
Right. I honestly feel like our society is a bunch of little snowflakes, like they said.
Yeah.
Honestly, and you can probably look at me as a mom and see that in my children. A lot of people, I don't know if compliment is the word, but like comment on how I'm not the helicopter mom.
Right.
I don't. If Rayleigh or Waylon falls down, I'm like, oh, you're okay, rub some dirt in it.
Right.
And I feel like that's how I grew up, and I want my children to be able to and face hard things, because I know that it's coming. And what if I'm not here to help them through the hard things? Yes, I want to help them, and I will be there to help them.
And your inclination is to help them.
But I want them to be able to do it on their own as well, and let me sit back from the sidelines and see that in my children and be proud. And I want to see that in my family and in society as well. But I tell people this all the time, and I'm probably going to get backlash for it, but like fibromyalgia and things like that. I mean, there's a lot of studies. They don't even have that diagnosis in other countries. And why? Why do we have this? And that leads into the opioid epidemic. And
they spoke about that in the podcast. You know what I mean? And I think that's, it's interesting because they were talking about in that podcast in like the 50s, like there was no such thing as pain scales or, 1 to 10, whatever, like that didn't exist. And so there was this big push for like, hey, you need to pay attention, to this pain. And now it's kind of like the opposite has happened. You know what I mean? Now it's like, no, don't pay so much attention to the pain. So it's interesting that, as we've gotten more comfortable in our lives. Like the 50s, like, I mean, it was a good time to be alive, but we didn't have refrigerators like we do now. Life was hard. That's a significant improvement in like standard of living.
I mean,
that like everybody
air
has
conditioners. You name it. I can't imagine living like that.
And car seats, like, stuff like that. I mean, it was just like, the standard of living was completely different. And people died of a lot more horrible things. I mean, 50s, like, we talk about like polio and like all kinds of things like that we just, that's a whole other discussion. But like, we don't have like, as present in our lives. And so it's almost like, as humans, we have this innate desire to have struggle, but we also don't want to feel that discomfort. You know what I mean? And so we're kind of stuck in this like toggle between,
definitely discomfort. I talk about, and I've told you this a million times. That book by Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. That is the only. I only listen to audiobooks. Really, I don't read. But I've listened to that book. I'm on my 3rd time. And I don't do that. Like, I cannot remember a book. And he taps into, people only push themselves to 40%. And once they get discomfort, they stop. And you never tap into that next 60%. And I think that goes for anything. The macroholics, everybody in that community, in life in general, you can't just stop when it gets hard. Life is hard, everything is hard, and you've got to push through that, whatever it may be.
And my grandmother used to always have this saying, you do what you've done and you get what you've got. And I think that people have to understand that although people hear that and think, I want to do something different, there's almost always going to be some level of pain with change. You know what I mean?
That is change is inevitable. That's the only thing that's constant, change. And it comes with discomfort.
It does, absolutely. It's just a fact of the matter. And I think if people can be more open and willing and accept that pain as part of like that catalyst for the change, I think that people would have so much more success with whatever they're trying to do, but particularly weight loss, because it's so easy to run from that pain in our society because it's so plethora. Like we have so much food and so much access to food, and food is cheap and easy and convenient and whatever. So like to make the choice to consciously not experience that pain is hard. That's a hard thing to do when you already have, family pain and whatever, financial pain and whatever. So I think that like, that's something that I just wanted to hit on with you, because I feel like you come from a unique perspective of having the medical background and being a mother and being in labor and delivery, in RN. So like, I think that there's a lot of things that you bring to the table, that is, unique for what you do and who you are, and I want people to hear your perspective, as an RN, because I think a lot of people hear from the medical community that pain is bad. You know what I mean? That it's not functional.
Right.
So I want to hear, from you that that's not necessarily how you believe.
Right. And I mean, children, you can't, like they say, put so much attention on the pain. You can't
make it the focus.
Right. You have to focus on the positive, or defer the attention, divert the focus to something else. Yes, your leg may hurt from an ant bite. Right. But let's go climb up this slide. Right. Or, what I mean? Let's not dwell in it.
Because our minds are so powerful.
Yes.
They will give you the stimulus you're asking for. You know what I mean? And so if you want to concentrate on that pain, your body's going to amplify that pain. Right. You know what I mean? That's the mechanism that has allowed survival. You know what I mean? Is, hey, I'm telling you that this is bad. So we need to pay attention to it. Right. You know? And so if you can focus that energy on something that the change will be beneficial for you, or a positive thing, I think that you're going to get results either way. You know what I mean? Right. So as long as you can keep those results towards a positive thing, I think you'll see so much more success.
Right. For sure. In a weight loss journey, I think the pain of choosing to not eat something, like, say for instance you're at a social event, and I felt like this was one of the hardest things, was I didn't want people to know I was on a diet. I thought I was fit, and I thought, oh, please don't look at me, I can eat what I want. But choosing to not eat the cake because I knew it didn't fit. And somebody saying something to me about it was hard. And it was discomforting. And it was like, they're gonna notice, they're gonna see, they're gonna but overcoming that challenge and pushing through that was the most rewarding thing, because now I can be like, oh, well, I didn't eat the cake, but I get to have ice cream at the end of the day, or
and I got to have a donut.
And that's why I'm not going to eat the cake. Or
that confidence in your decision making around people, was your reward for that discomfort.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you name it. If somebody's not working out and they start to work out on Macroholics, and they're like, oh, my back hurts, or oh, my ankle hurts, or inflammation is good and sore muscles are good. That's a sign that something is working. That doesn't mean to stop. It doesn't mean to sit back on the couch. For sure. You have to push through those things, like sore muscles, or a tweak in your muscles. Yes, if you break your bone, you don't need to keep putting pressure on
that bone.
You still have 3 other limbs. And you can lift weights. If you broke your arm, you can lift weights with your legs, or you know what I mean. And people just are so susceptible to stop when it gets discomfort. Just when they feel that discomfort. They don't. It's not necessarily.
So if you haven't checked out the Invisibilia podcast called The Fifth Vital Sign, as well as David Goggins. Goggins. No R. No D. No R. I apologize.
Can't hurt me.
Mr. Goggins?
Yes.
I apologize. And so, yes, he has Can't Hurt Me. It's his book, and Michelle highly recommends it from Third Round here. So please check it out.
You really need to listen to it.
I do. I will. I'll put it on my list.
Yes.
Promise.
Yes.
Check those out. If you have any questions for Michelle or myself, you guys can always reach out to us. We'll put her information if you want to be part of her team on Macroholics. She's got amazing insight, and she's very good at encouraging you to do what you said you were going to do. And let's keep her team going and strong and be a part of that. And if you have any questions for us, anything about Macroholics or the podcast or anything we talked about, we'd love to talk to you. So hit us up.
Thank you.
Bye.